last weekend of the year, the first weekend of the playoffs. The Super Bowl stretch drive is on, and as the calendar turns, NFL greats reach for that elusive ring. Those younger came tantalizingly close just a year ago. For a coach who knows Super Bowl success, the appetite's even greater, while a first-year leader seeks confirmation. Welcome to Foxborough in the AFC Wild Card playoffs as division rivals Miami and New England play out their Super Bowl dreams. And hello, everyone, and welcome to Foxborough and a sellout of 60,000. Traditionally, good teams make the playoffs running the football. Not the case here today.
Well, both of these teams today, they're terrible at running the football. Yesterday, we had a chance to talk to Jimmy Johnson. Very bothered by the fact that his team just can't run the ball. But the big problem for him today, got to protect this quarterback, Dan Marino. That's how they win, throwing the football. Drew Bledsoe, we talked about him and their bad running game. Curtis Martin out for the game. He says it didn't bother him. He likes it when the game is on his shoulders. They're going to win or lose according to how he throws the football.
Well, the Patriots escaped with a 14-12 win on Monday night to win their second consecutive AFC Eastern Division title. They've earned this crowd support and the cold weather.
Yeah, the average fan would think the Miami Dolphins don't have a chance to win this football game. After all, think about it. They already lost twice to New England this year. And the other thing is they have not won a road playoff game since 1972. When you put all those factors together, you know, and then look at the film, not so. Up here, the Miami Dolphins only lost by 3. Down there a week ago, they only lost by 2. They beat them. Miami beat New England physically up and down the field. And there's one other factor we have to think about. Jimmy Johnson has won his last 6 playoff games in a row.
Well, here in Foxborough, the fanatics are ready. Christmas may be over, but not all of the ornaments are in the attic. We'll be back with the opening kickoff.
Jim Gray, 25 blitzes resulting in 4 sacks of Dan Marino by New England last week. Quite a problem for Jimmy Johnson, and Jimmy tells us that they have stolen the Patriots all of your hand signals and your audible calls. How big a problem is that for you today, and what will you do to combat it?
Well, it is a problem, but, you know, if we can stay out of the long yardage situations, then it really wouldn't be a bad problem. We got to run the football, and we got to be able to move it and stay out of the long 3rd and 10 situations.
Kind of takes away a lot of the chess game, though, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, it's a problem, but that just goes on all the time. You know, we just got to deal with it. We'll have some fake audibles on and on, but that kind of throws us out of rhythm.
Now, you have been angry all week. Your demeanor has been one of disappointment and anger. What's the demeanor of your team today?
Well, yeah, I think they're ready to play. They understand what's at stake, and we've had good practices, so I think we'll have a heck of a ball game.
Jim, good luck.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, let's send it back upstairs now to Dick Enberg.
All right, Jim Gray. Dan Marino, in his 2 starts against New England this year, has thrown 104 passes, only 1 touchdown. This is a man that has a touchdown pass every 12 throws. Only 1 in 104 against New England. As you know, 2 of his passes were returned for touchdowns a month ago here in Foxborough by Patriot defenders. New England won the toss. Orlando Mari will kick it off. Derek Cullors is the solo return man. No, there's Dave Meggett in the shadows as well down on the goal line. It comes down to Cullors at the 10. Cullors traverses the field and runs into a solid shoulder tackle from Sean Wooden. Here are the New England Patriots and quarterback Drew Bledsoe. Bledsoe, 60%, one of 5 quarterbacks in the league. 60% or better this year, led, of course, by Steve Young of San Francisco. The men who will protect him: Armstrong, the Pro Bowler, Lane, Williball, Rucci, and Moss. It's Derek Cullors for Curtis Martin. Sam Gash is the blocker. Terry Glenn, they say, is finally healthy. Sean Jefferson and Ben Coates, who led the team in catches with 66 on his way to another Pro Bowl. From the 27, fake to Cullors, roll by Bledsoe. Coates with a catch and a gain of a couple. Calvin Jackson from his safety spot made the quick hit. Here are the men in the white jerseys from Miami: Trace Armstrong, Tim Bowens, Daryl Gardner, 2 big young men inside. Jason Taylor, the rookie defensive end. Harris, Zach Thomas led in tackles again. Hollier makes the start today. Outside backer Buckley, and Bledsoe said, I worry about him. He gambles. He's so unpredictable. Sam Madison is the other corner with Jackson and Wooden at safety. Buckley also leading his team in interceptions with 4. On second down, Bledsoe fires complete. Coates again. and he's near a first down at the 37-yard line. Sean Wooden and Zach Thomas team up on the tackle.
Well, something new for the Miami Dolphins is in this game. They usually play very conservative on defense. What's Zach Thomas, number 54? He's on the blitz. He's picked up by the center. He sees Bledsoe. He sees him throw the ball. Good hustle, goes down the field, gets the tackle on Ben Coates.
Look at Ben Coates. He just goes out into the flat. He makes a good catch. I'll tell you, this is great hustle by Ben Coates to get the first down. He sees it. But you're right. Zach Thomas on a blitz and then back in making a tackle. That's hustle.
First down at the 37. Glenn in motion. Bledsoe hands off to Colors. And Colors struggles to the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Well, when you look at this Miami offense, the last couple of weeks, they've been terrible running the football. That's one of the reasons why this offense has struggled. They got to win or lose according to how, the Patriots offense, how they're going to win this game. They got to protect Drew Bledsoe, and he's got to throw the ball well.
Well, I think it's futile trying to run a play-action pass against Miami. They know you're not going to run the football, so why do that? Miami Dolphins plays a base defense. They stay in it. They just execute.
Bledsoe sends Glenn left and Sean Jefferson right. 2nd and a long 7. Coates in motion. He's that incomplete as he tries to hit Colors out of the backfield. Jason Taylor, the defensive end, had his hands up, might have gotten a piece of it.
Isn't it interesting, though? Terry Glenn is in the football game now. And the big deal about him is he's going to start and be able to run. And Jimmy Johnson, what he told us last week about he was in the game for half a game.
He says, I don't care. We don't change our defense. It's a base defense, like you said, Paul. They don't make adjustments usually for wide receivers or people like that. They're good at just playing what they know, and it makes it easy for the defense. The adjustments are easy.
He said, I didn't even know he was in there.
Glenn with 90 catches as a rookie a year ago out of Ohio State. Dave Meggett in the backfield with Bledsoe. Here comes the blitz. They pick it up well, and Bledsoe fires complete. And then the ball free. Is it a fumble? The ruling is fumble. Was it recovered in bounds is the next call. And now they're waving it off.
Never got possession of the ball.
Incomplete pass. 4th down.
So 4th down, punting team comes on.
Well, the one thing, if I was the Miami Dolphins, I would not blitz Drew Bledsoe. They do a good job of picking it up. You can see Terry Glenn going across the middle. He's open. Bledsoe puts the ball in. Good play by Terrell Buckley, stripping the ball before Terry Glenn can get possession of it.
Wow, that looked like a catch.
It sure did.
Tom Tupa to punt, 2nd in the league with an average of nearly 46. Terrell Buckley back at the 15. Line drive. Buckley, plenty of time from the 16, 25, and to the 27-yard line. So Marino and Miami has their first opportunity to move on offense. Teddy Bruschi made the tackle, catch, or fumble. The game has been the case in the playoffs already yesterday and even last weekend. Controversial.
On NBC is brought to you by Budweiser, Beechwood aged for a crisp, clean, classic taste. By Jeep, makers of the Jeep Grand Cherokee, and Wrangler. By American Express, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, American Express helps you do more. And by IBM, solutions for a small planet.
Welcome back to Dolphins' first possession. Here are their starters: Webb, Bucky, Ruddy, McIver, and Brown. They didn't have a single player make the Pro Bowl this year. Marino, the quarterback. Parmalee starts. That's a story. Pritchard, the blocker. Thomas and O.J. McDuffie outside. And Troy Drayton, the tight end. This is Parmalee. And he bowls his way for about 5 to the 33. Let's get into Bernie Parmalee. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who leads the league with 16 touchdown scores, not starting because he doesn't pick up the blitz as well. Parmalee, a better all-around back. Here the defense for the Patriots: Sullivan, Wheeler, Thomas, and McGinnis. The front four. Slade, a Pro Bowler, had led the team in sacks with 9. Johnson and Collins, Law and Hitchcock, Malloy, and Clay. 4 young, very talented defensive backs. 2nd and 5. Tight end Drayton in motion. Again, it's to Pritchett, the fullback, and the Patriots all over it. Collins and Johnson collaborate on the tackle, a 2-yard loss.
Well, Ted Johnson was such a big factor in Monday night's game. He did a good job of blitzing, something he very seldom does. But what he really does best, stop the run. He's a big linebacker, good instincts. Good run in open field, makes the tackle.
Well, he is in his 3rd year from Colorado and voted by his teammates as the defensive captain. In essence, they're saying, you're our most valuable defensive player this year to Johnson. 3rd down and 7.
Well, here we go, the first 3rd down situation where the New England Patriots blitz.
Yes, Johnson coming from the outside. Marino throws wide open. Over the middle is Brett Perriman, and Perriman with a first down at the 43-yard line. A 13-yard play. Bruschi made the tackle.
Well, that time New England just brought 4 rushers. Dan Marino hangs in the pocket, gives his receiver time to get open down the field. Brett Perriman comes underneath. No defenders in there. Good throw by Dan Marino.
The point you were making yesterday in the meeting about Marino, though, is if you don't rush him and put heat on him, Dan Marino's going to kill you. And standing back there, he'll pick out the open receiver.
First down at the Miami 44. McDuffie in motion. Harmon smothered in the backfield. Mark Wheeler led the charge, the defensive tackle from Texas A&M.
Well, this Miami offense, again, just like New England, it's struggled lately. One of the big reasons why they just cannot run the football. Look at their last 24 drives. Only 1 touchdown, 3 turnovers. When you don't run the football, you get in known situations, and the defense can take advantage of it.
The other thing about the defense is very simple for New England. They know they have to blitz. They blitzed them, 20 sometimes last week. They're going to do it. They're going to have to do it to beat them this week.
So far, the Dolphins rushing 3 carries for a total of -1. Marino on second down. Guns it to O.J. McDuffie. Does he hang on? Flags fly. It's ruled no catch. Now we'll check the penalty. Ty Law covering McDuffie, the leading Miami receiver with 76 grabs this year.
Looks like holding on Ty Law.
Holding. Number 24, the defense. 5 yards. Automatic first down.
Referee Jerry Austin concurs, and it's a first down for Miami near midfield.
Well, Ty Law is out there one-on-one on O.J. McDuffie. Now, here's what they call. See, there's the holding. This is not pass interference. Holding penalty is a 5-yard penalty. What a play by O.J. McDuffie to get down.
What sweet hands.
Oh,
no wonder he was an outstanding baseball player as a kid. Played at Penn State for Joe Paterno. He's the #1 target for Marino. Parmalee finds a small opening and fights to the 50-yard line, where it'll be second down and 5. Mark Wheeler in on another tackle with plenty of company.
Phil, the one thing about a team that blitzes, when you look at the films of New England blitzing, and every blitzing team, if you're going to sacrifice yourself to do that, you have to maintain your lanes. Each guy has got to get to a hole, because if you pop any kind of a run, once you get into secondary, you're gone.
Well, New England usually plays zone defense behind the blitz, so they're able to see the runner so they can come up and make those tackles.
Second and 5. Pritchett starts in motion, resets. Tackle for a couple to the New England 48. First invasion of enemy territory in the game as we've moved on the clock to under the 9-minute mark.
Here's what I'm talking about. Watch along the line of scrimmage. Now watch, Ted Johnson's going to be number 52 is going to get up into the hole. But we'll look at everybody has got a man to take, and then they just wipe it out. Everybody has to be in a particular slot.
Third down and 3. And the Patriots, no touchdowns allowed in the opening quarter down the stretch. Marino shotgun. McDuffie in motion. Only a 3-man rush to throw in, complete to McDuffie. Teddy Bruschi covering. So with all the blitz talk, that time Patriots kept 8 men back on pass defense.
Well, it only makes sense they're going to keep extra defenders back. Chris Canny, a little defensive back, comes. But the one thing they're trying to do, they want to stop Miami's short passing game on 3rd and 3 and 4. Dan Marino that time just threw the ball too hard.
Super Dave Meggett, the veteran from Towson State, inside the 10. He has led the Patriots into the playoffs. Been brilliant the last 4 games. Key kick returns, key catches, key runs. John Kidd's dying spiral hits at the 8. And well covered by Miami inside the 5-yard line. Corey Harris makes the play. Foxborough Stadium, the wild card playoff. No score, 8 left in the opening quarter.
Network of the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on NBC.
The offensive brain trust with Marino, the quarterback, talking with offensive coordinator Gary Stevens. Get into that more later, but Jimmy Johnson has not been happy with the offensive system. He says changes will have to be made. From the end zone, the handoff, and it goes to Gary Cullors. Gets a couple to the 5-yard line. Jason Taylor and Daryl Gardner in on the tackle.
Jason Taylor, defensive end for the Miami Dolphins. What he relies on, number 99 on the outside, he relies on his speed, makes a decision, good job, stays low, and makes the tackle in the backfield.
Head coach goes in motion, but he doesn't go far enough in motion to be able to block Taylor.
Second down. 8.
Miami running 5 times, passing twice. New England 2-4 with the passes. They're the 26th in the league rushing. Are the Patriots. Miami's 29th. Play action from his end zone. The throw complete as Lovett Purnell, who caught only 5 passes all year, makes the catch after maybe a 3-yard gain. Anthony Harris, the tackler.
Down here, Philly only had one wide receiver out on the play.
Well, they had a couple tight ends. Well, they're trying to make Miami think, hey, we are going to run the ball. Miami goes, no, you're not.
We don't care.
And I think it's very tough. Even though Drew Bledsoe said, I like the game to be on my shoulders, throw the football. It's cold out today. It's a little wind going. It can't be that easy for a quarterback to continually throw the football down the field.
Dave Meggett in the backfield behind Bledsoe on 3rd and 4. Meggett into the pattern. Dump off to Coates, the tight end. And the big man has the first down out to the 18. Zach Thomas, the tackler.
Well, the one guy Jimmy Johnson really worries about in his Patriot offense is Ben Coates. Look at him over here. He's protecting the quarterback because they're down near the goal line. Nobody open downfield. They give it to the big guy and has a good move down the field. But not only do they have a hard time covering, but when he runs the ball, once he catches it, he's so big. Small defensive backs, they have a hard time tackling him.
First down at the 17. Give it to Cullors. He has 11 yards. Cullors, the second-year man from Murray State, undrafted it a year ago, made the Baltimore practice squad and then picked up by Bill Parcells here in New England.
Well, this is some excellent blocking now by the offensive line. They get upfield. Thomas gets stuck inside. And when you look at this run, explain this to me. When coaches say to us, we do it for rhythm. We want to run the ball for rhythm. After this play,
3 carries, 15 yards for Cullors. Meggett replaces him, and it's Meggett with the ball, getting to the 30-yard line and nudging it to the 31. Taylor and Bowens, the tacklers.
So the coaches say to us, we like to run for rhythm. What does that mean?
Well, Pete Carroll says that. Just really, Paul, what he's trying to say, keep the team in the flow, keep the offensive linemen, try to keep them aggressive. So if you do have to run the ball, but most of all, to keep the defense, to make them at least think there is a chance you're going to run the football.
It's interesting this year, Barry Sanders with over 2,000 yards outrushed every team but 4.
Well, Dick, I was telling you earlier, most teams, their goal before the season to see if you can rush for 2,000 total yards as a team.
The screen to Meggett does not work as Anthony Harris was waiting there to greet him.
Well, the Miami Dolphin defense, 2 things I think it's hard to do. Throw little screen plays and run outside because of the speed of their defense.
And the speed of their linebackers.
That's right. Even if you get fooled on screen plays, the speed of the linebackers and the defensive lineman, Anthony Harris, good job of recognizing the play, coming up and making the tackle.
And a loss of 3 on the play, back to the Patriots' 28-yard line. 3rd down, 11. Zach Thomas comes on the blitz. They pick that up, and Bledsoe going long for Terry Glenn. Incomplete, and no flag yet. Fans are screaming for one. Glenn bumped downfield by Sam Madison.
You're talking about getting knocked off of stride. Madison, number 29 on Glenn. Here they go. Glenn Madison already knows now. He's running a streak down the field. And look at this. They're just both really going for the ball. That, if you're going to call contact on anyone, I would call it on the offensive player, Terry Glenn, not on the defensive player.
Sam Madison in perfect position the whole time on the play.
O.J. McDuffie back as Tom Tupa to punt. Another line drive into the wind. See how quickly it died. McDuffie to the 30, 35, and out of bounds at the 37-yard line. So O.J. McDuffie getting some extra work. Returning kicks.
Epic event with no special effects. The Lexus Challenge hosted by Raymond Floyd. Next.
To MSNBCSports.com. All the news and notes from the playoffs. Miami's ball at the 37-yard line. No score late in the opening quarter. Second possession for Marino. And the handoff to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who sprints into the clear and drives to the Patriots' 48-yard line. Chris Slade got him after a 15-yard gain.
Well, Miami having a little success running the football. They straight ahead, just trying to overpower the front of the New England Patriots defense. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, once he gets through there, good job, straight ahead running, then makes a good move on the safeties to make that extra yardage. And Ted Johnson, the linebacker for the New England Patriots, told us yesterday Kareem has a lot of moves, tough to bring down once he gets in the open field.
There's his numbers on the year, just shy of 900 yards, but only a 3.2 average. Back to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's to the 44-yard line, a pickup of 4. Johnson another tackle.
But a good illustration of running forward with power and conviction. Watch number 52, Ted Johnson, comes up to stop the run. Boom. Good blocking by the right guard, McIver. Running back hits him hard, takes him down.
Well, when you take a look at here's what a linebacker has to do. You have to take on the guard first, then find the ball clear, and then make the tackle. That's an excellent play.
Abdul-Jabbar, number 33, long-time Tony Dorsett fan. He's worn that number 33 since junior high school.
Dan Marino's checking off. Now the Patriots change their defense.
And Marino forced to spend a timeout. On 2nd and 7, 2:23 left in the opening quarter. You're watching the NFL on NBC.
Watch Dan Marino. He's checking off. New England's going to blitz. New England says, well, we know you're checking off. Ted Johnson calls a different defense. Dan Marino has to call a timeout.
Well, there's the culprit, Keith Byers, who was with Miami, came up here last year. He's told his teammates the Miami signals and all their audibles, and they've learned their lessons now. The quick throw over the middle, complete to the 39 to O.J. McDuffie, close to a first down, about a half-yard shy.
Boy, this just shows you. You talk about soft hands and O.J. McDuffie. That's incredible.
And, you know, one of the reasons why you have to blitz Dan Marino if you want to get to him, look at this pass. Even though it's a short pass, he sees the defense, 1.7. That's about as long as he would ever hold the football in a pass that way.
Drayton and Perry, the two tight ends, joined by big Roosevelt Potts and Abdul-Jabbar on 3rd and a yard. Abdul-Jabbar, and he's stuck, but it appears, depending on the spot, going to be a tough spot as Henry Thomas, with a good hit, catches Abdul-Jabbar at full speed and stops him cold.
You know, this drive really reminds me so much of the Miami year and how their offense has really worked. They have to put together so many good plays to get scoring drives, and 3rd and short, when the defense knows you're going to run it, they're not able to overpower them.
And the official on the far side had it marked for a first down and then eased his way
He's
back.
short. He's short because you had to get to the 38-yard line, and they're not at the 38-yard line.
At the 38.5, Jimmy Johnson says go for it. You saw the graphic earlier. They tried in that first quarter to go for it and missed on 4 occasions this year. But he has had overall reasonable success.
Well, what's surprising about it, you had 3rd down in about a yard. You picked up a half a yard is all you got.
And this crowd trying to make it as difficult as possible as Marino brings them out of the yardsticks, and this will require another measurement.
Again, he has to get the ball to the 38-yard line. And I'll tell you, he went down like a shot. I mean, it was unbelievable how fast he went down. This is not a first down because that ball has not touched the 38-yard line. Boy, am I on the limb now, huh?
Yeah, you are, because the official marker is on this side, not the other side.
It is the Patriots ball. The season-long frustration of that man, Jimmy Johnson. 2 shots needed, only 1 yard for a first down, and the running game would not produce.
Watch the defense of the Patriots. It slants towards the hole to the left. It's the strong side. Miami had more players to the left. The Patriots say that's where they're going to run. They were right.
Lawyer Malloy did a great job on the corner to deny his blocker and force the play.
He really did. And Todd Collins was the guy that was blocked, but he was underneath, and he's cut the legs out.
So the Patriots twice see Miami with the ball, twice the Dolphins in New England territory, but they come away empty. 1 minute 9 seconds left in the opening quarter. From the 38, play action, Bledsoe stumbles and is able to scramble for a couple out to the 42. Daryl Gardner in pursuit makes the tackle.
You know, we talked to this guy yesterday, Zach Thomas, and the guy's a kick, and he watches motion. He says when they motion to one side and they get, and here's Bledsoe back to throw. He has nobody open, so he's going to run with the football. Picks up about almost 4 yards. But Zach Thomas, he told us yesterday, he said when they go in motion, they're going to go to that side. So he cheats a little bit.
2 things, Paul. They always play action to the right, and he says they throw most of their passes to the right. So formations tells me a lot. He said as a defender, I know where to run to.
2nd and 6, and it's Derek Cullors for a first down as the Patriots, on what appears to be the final play of the opening quarter, make their first visit in Miami territory.
Boy, Dave Wollabaugh, the center for New England, just put Zach Thomas on his back. Look at this hole here for Cullors up the middle. I mean, this is an excellent run, and Zach Thomas really got wiped out. Dave Wollabaugh, number 64, the center. Watch this contact. He hits, he stays, he hits, he drives, and then watch this, down.
And this wild card battle in Foxborough, as close as the previous 2 games. After 15 minutes, no score. Armstrong finally muscles him down. Armstrong, who led the Dolphins with 5.5 sacks this year.
Well, New England, they've been throwing a lot of play action passes on first down. Look at the blitz by the Miami Dolphins. They time it perfectly. It catches New England by surprise, and Trace Armstrong comes in unblocked.
What I'm looking at is how is Moss, who's the tackle number 77. You always say you block man on man.
Trace Armstrong, who was drafted by the Bears in the first round back in 1989, had 12 sacks a year ago to lead Miami, 5.5 this year. That's still good enough to lead the team. Big play for the veteran who finished his career at Florida. 2nd down, 17. Bledsoe eludes the pressure on the blind side and throws long, incomplete. The Patriots with the wind here in the 2nd quarter. Jefferson, the intended target.
Well, Dick, I got to say, the sack by Bledsoe, that was a great spot for New England. I thought he lost about 15 yards, and I guess they made contact on him first. They put the ball, but Drew Bledsoe, nobody opened down the field. A little fortunate this time. Watch him. He doesn't feel the pressure from behind. The ball could almost been stripped from him, but now he does a good job. Get out of the pocket, get rid of the football, give yourself a chance on 3rd down.
Daryl Gardner was the man who was charging in from that backside. Thus far, he's distributed the ball to everyone but his wide receivers. At least in catches, he's tried to hit a couple, Jefferson and Glenn. Play action, being chased from the backside and throws to the sidelines, incomplete, and the flag is down.
Well, Dick, you said not throwing to the wide receivers. The Miami Dolphins, the one thing they're going to do, they try to take away the inside. They want you to throw it outside.
Legal use of the hands against Miami's defense. That is a big penalty on
use of hands to the face. Number 72 of the defense, 5 yards, automatic first down.
So for instead of 3rd and 17, it's a first down on the 5-yard penalty against rookie Baron Tanner.
You know, the one thing that's got to be a little frustrating, too, for Bledsoe, when he's back there scrambling, Phil, I was looking down here at Ben Coates. He didn't even make an attempt to come back or get open. And you see your quarterback running around, you've got to come back and try to help him.
Bledsoe thus far 2.2 yards per attempt, reflecting the fact that the game plan is saying go short early.
Well, when you can't run the football, you got to throw a lot of short passes in place of the running game, and that's what the Patriots have done so far today.
First down on the penalty, out to the 50-yard line. Meggett and Gash now in the backfield. Bledsoe to Meggett. The little man who produced so many years with the New York Giants comes up with another big play. 14 yards, first down.
You know, the one thing that Meggett does so well, Phil, is when he catches the ball, right after he catches it, he knows where to go to get to the opening. Watch when Meggett gets it. Now he looks, boom, back inside. Let me pick up the yardage that I need and watch him cover up the ball right here. That's smart football.
And he has scored as a receiver, rusher, of course, as a kick returner. He's thrown 4 touchdown passes as well. Who gets to the 34-yard line, a pickup of 2.
Well, the New England Patriots, when you can't run the football, Dick, you've got to find ways to move the football. Drew Bledsoe, what's he doing today? Throwing a lot of short passes. And also, one of the reasons why he's got to throw so many balls short, the Miami defense, the one thing they try to do every single game in pass coverage, don't give up the big pass play. Make them throw it underneath or run up and tackle the receivers.
That's the same game plan he used in Dallas. Why he likes young, very fast defensive players. 2nd and 8. Colors rattled as he drives to the 31-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Jason Taylor, the rookie from Akron, in on the tackle.
You know, yesterday Pete Carroll was talking about his running game, and he goes, "Oh, I would just love it if we could just average 3 yards per run." And he says, "You know what? We do the same thing as Miami. They're about the same in statistics. He says, they just look a lot better doing it than we do."
He said 80 yards in the game today.
Oh,
he'd take that right now.
Yeah,
total.
Not too often you hear a head coach talk about the running game and actually have a chance to even smile about it, even though it's so bad.
With Jefferson in motion and the blitz by the Dolphins. Quick throw incomplete. Jefferson really hadn't turned to meet the ball. Terrell Buckley on the coverage.
Well, Miami's given New England a little taste of their own medicine. Monday night, they couldn't handle the blitz. Watch the blitzers come from the good timing by Miami. Again, when you time the blitz perfectly, what it does, it catches the quarterback, the receivers, and the offense off guard. That's the reason why Drew Bledsoe couldn't adjust and hit Terry Glenn for the pass. So Sean Jefferson.
49-yard field goal attempt by Adam Vinatieri. As you see, missed only 4 all year. Long was 52. Light breeze at his back. High enough? Is it long enough? Yes, but it's wide. No good. Officially a 48-yard attempt by Vinatieri into some capricious wins here in Foxborough.
Well, the hold was good. The kick was solid, but the ball just drifts.
Just wide left. It remains scoreless. No score in Foxborough. As we remind you, coming up next on NBC, it's the conclusion of the Lexus Challenge, hosted by Raymond Floyd, Clint Eastwood, Kevin Costner, Roger Clemens, Johnny Miller, Hale Irwin, Chi-Chi, Lee Trevino, many others. Lexus Challenge next on NBC. With the next field goal, Miami gets it at their own 39. Swing pass and off the hands of Bernie Parmley, who is one of the better receivers, running backs for Miami.
Did you see who was out there covering him? Willie McGinnis. I mean, he's off the line of scrimmage, and he sees, they know the blitz is on. Look at Parmley is looking at Willie McGinnis, who's coming into it comes right into the picture, right in his face.
Well, Willie McGinnis, the down lineman, but last week with all the blitzing that New England did, he dropped back in coverage a lot of times, and that's why Dan Marino got rid of the football so quickly. A blitz, Willie McGinnis covering the back.
He told us, no problem. I played linebacker at Southern California. I can cover. Second and 10. Down the middle. Incomplete. Leaping try by Ed Perry, the rookie tight end from James Madison.
Well, it's a good thing Ed Perry jumps up and puts his hands on it, because if he doesn't tip this ball, Willie Clay is standing right behind him trying to make the interception. Dan Marino, early in the game, you got to be careful about forcing the ball down the field, getting a big mistake, and you see Willie Clay said, I'd have had that.
Well, you know, McGinnis was almost offended yesterday when Phil says, you know, see in coverage, he's always a linebacker.
Yeah, that's right.
What are you talking about?
He goes, I can cover him, just not for real long.
Third down and 10. McDuffie in motion. Safety blitz. Picked up. Marino. Down the middle. Incomplete. And now intercepted on the carom. Chris Slade, the linebacker. And Slade is to the 30-yard line. But a flag is down. If it's against the Dolphins, obviously, Patriots ball, and that's the case. Holding Miami.
Holding. Number 31 on the offense. That penalty is declined. First down, New England.
Miami gets this right. They see the blitz. They actually pick it up. Dan Marino, look how long he has to throw it. Good job of picking up the blitz. But this is the problem with Miami. Even when they pick up the blitz, he has time. Nobody open down the field. Dan Marino takes a chance. Larry Wiggum kicks it up in the air, and Chris Slade makes the interception.
Boy, this is a great play by Wiggum, number 25. Watch him go up in the air and just slap the ball up in the air with his hand. Slade gets the interception. That is terrific defense.
That's why Wiggum's going to the Pro Bowl, and Slade will be his companion. First turnover. Cullers caught in the backfield. It's Derek Rogers, the speedy rookie backer from Arizona State.
The last play, the interception, Miami, a receiver came in the backfield. Marino saw the blitz. You can see they made some good adjustments. They pick it up. O.J. McDuffie comes back in the back, picks up the safety. Dan Marino had all the time to throw it, but no receiver again open down the field. Tries to make a great throw, but it costs us in the interception.
Rogers with that tackle, a 2-yard loss, second and 12.
What?
Bledsoe to the sidelines and complete to Sean Jefferson, tackled immediately by Calvin Jackson at the 25-yard line. That'll bring up third down and 6.
When you're a quarterback, your left tackle, you've got to trust him. He's got to do some good things for you. Watch Bruce Armstrong. A delayed blitz by the corner from the outside. Sam Madison, Bruce Armstrong sees it. Drew Bledsoe has time now to throw the ball to the outside to Sean Jefferson and get the completion. Look at that. Sean Jefferson, he sees the blitz coming, makes the adjustment.
That's why Armstrong's going to his 6th Pro Bowl.
And if he wasn't going, Drew Bledsoe should take him.
No score. Best chance for the Patriots. Third down and 5. Bledsoe goes long. Touchdown, Troy Brown. Brown, who emerged this year as a solid, dependable receiver, had 6 touchdown catches, 41 overall, gives New England the first score of the game. 24 yards from Bledsoe. And Chris Slade's interception, thanks to Larry Wiggum's terrific defensive play, batting the ball free, has set up the score. Vinatieri's extra point try. Holds. And the Patriots lead it 7-0. Beautiful throw by Bledsoe to Brown, wide open. 3 plays after the interception. 1 minute 16 seconds for the Patriots to celebrate Bledsoe's touchdown pass. 7-0.
Troy Brown against Terrell Buckley, number 27. He gives him a little double move. It freezes Terrell Buckley just for a second. Enough time for Drew Bledsoe to throw the ball over the top for the touchdown. And it all starts with protection.
Sean Wooden knocks it away, but Brown ruled to have both feet down for the touchdown. Vinatieri to kick it off, aided by the wind. Down it comes to Corey Harris. And Harris stopped shy of the 20-yard line.
It all starts with protection when you get blitzed by the defense. New England, Zach Thomas, he's coming. It's a blitz. Man coverage outside. New England, they are excellent at picking up blitzers and giving their quarterback time.
Drew Bledsoe. He is scrutinized and analyzed. And there is a nice hug from Coach Carroll to Chris Slade, who got the interception. But Bledsoe, I mean, he's under the microscope here as the #1 pick, and for New England, all he's done in the last 2 years is complete 60% of his passes and 55 touchdowns. From the 19, Marino and Miami. Normally, very little.
You know, Dick, the other thing about Bledsoe, too, is when we're talking to him yesterday, you brought this up once before, Phil, but when he's, talking about the running game, what's the matter with it? We don't know. We can't do this. We can't do that. He said, that's okay.
Yeah.
I want the ball in my hands. I accept the responsibility that I have to win the football game by throwing the ball. And I like that.
Yeah, and he seems very relaxed about the whole situation. I don't think being scrutinized so closely has bothered him. And Paul, you're right. I think he likes the fact they're going to win or lose according to how he throws the football.
2nd and 7 for Marino. Throws to the big tight end Troy Drayton, and Drayton close to a first down at the 29. Drayton was saying, get me the ball more. Well, he had 39 catches this year.
He should yell that. Troy Drayton, number 84 on the inside, just goes down, hooks it up, and Dan Marino. This is a good pass for the Miami offense. It gives Marino a chance to get back quick, throw the ball, doesn't have to worry about the pass rush.
They allow progress to the 30. It is a first down Miami. Career highs for Drayton in yards and average. Parmalee out of the backfield. Good throw by Marino. He read the blitz, and Parmalee goes to another first down to the 39. Lawyer Malloy made the tackle.
This gives you an idea how quick he can get rid of the football.
Well, there's two things to do when a defensive team blitz against a different offense. You either pick up all the blitzers, or as a quarterback, this time they say the back goes out. Don't worry about the blitzer, Chris Slade. Throw the ball quickly before the defender can get to the running back.
What a beautiful throw. It's hard to appreciate how difficult an accurate throw that tight to your receiver is, and have him right on the number, leading him upfield. 2nd and 1. And a hard-earned 2 yards for Parmalee, and another first down. Chad Eaton, one of those in on the tackle, number 90. Let's take a look at the rushing offense and the dilution for the Miami Dolphins, down to last in the NFL in 97, 3.13 average. You're just not going to get many first downs running the ball that way.
You know, it's really hard to convey to the people out there how mad that man there yesterday was, talking about his offense running the football. He is truly disappointed in it.
Well, he said right from day one this summer he was going to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. And he thought sooner or later with the incomplete as the pass from Marino intended for Drayton. Malloy, the safety man, dumps Marino as he throws.
Well, it's a good job by the defense. They time it up. Watch Lawyer Malloy. You can't see him yet. There he comes. He's going to come flying through there in a second. There's number 36, Dan Marino. It's a drop back pass. This is probably supposed to take about 3.5 seconds for the quarterback to get rid of it. And Dan Marino had to get rid of it in 2 seconds. Hard to complete passes under those circumstances.
I'll tell you what he was upset with, too, is this Drayton. Drayton comes off the line of scrimmage. He sees blitz, and he never looks back at the ball.
That, and he's upset at the back, who was supposed to pick up the safety blitz, and he missed him.
Miami trailing 7-0 here in the second quarter. Under 8 minutes left. 2nd and 10, Marino. Incomplete. Intended for Lamar Thomas. Ty Law, the cover man for New England.
You know, let's just really go back to that Jimmy Johnson yesterday. Phil, in all the time that we've known Jimmy.
Well, you ruined it. He came in happy.
Ruined it?
He was in good spirits, and you brought up some of these subjects, and he went out really mad.
Oh, I just said, how about your running game? And I thought he was going to whack me. I've never seen him that mad.
Ben Coates leaving the field. Jim Rea will get a report on his condition. 3rd down and 10. Shotgun, 4 wides. Good protection. Now the throw, incomplete. The wind took that one. Lamar Zach Thomas, the receiver. Jimmy Hitchcock on defense.
Well, Dick, you said the wind catches this football. You can see it's wobbling a little as it goes down the field. But the big point to be made right here, nobody open. No place for Dan Marino to throw the football.
Dave Meggett at the other end as John Kidd sets up to punt. 7 punts for touchdowns, 2 shy of the all-time NFL mark.
And he'll be looking directly into the sun.
Kidd's kick. Not bad against Meggett at the 17, 20, 25, and twisted down at the 27 by O.J. Brigance. 7-0 New England, midpoint of the second quarter.
Welcome back to New England. I'm Jim Gray. Ben Coates has left the field. He has a thumb injury. He's been taken in for x-rays. His return is questionable. Dick?
All right, Jim. First down New England with a 7-0 lead. They start from the 27. Gary Cullors is hit right at the line of scrimmage by the 2 tackles, Bowens and Gardner.
You know, one of the things, Paul, you mentioned it earlier in his telecast, Zach Thomas says if you just go to the side where New England has more players, meaning the tight ends and running backs, that's where they run the football every time.
And he cheats.
And he cheats. Of course he should.
He said, I'm not that fast, so I cheat a little bit. Here's a little tip for me. When they flood one side, I'm going over there.
Second down and 10. Lovett Brunell, the backup tight end. And some solid smacking by the Dolphin defense as Cullors goes down. Usually Zach Thomas in the area when you hear those sounds, and Zach real happy. He's able to give the Christmas gift of his life. He says, I got tickets for the Doobie Brothers for my dad. He said, and now I'm set for a whole year.
I like that.
You like this? He comes in with a smile every time we've talked with him. His personality is so infectious. You cannot not like this guy.
If you don't like him, there's something wrong with you.
With you, you're right.
Well, Jimmy Johnson likes him a lot because he makes a lot of tackles.
3rd down and 7 for Bledsoe. Down the middle, incomplete. Intended for Terry Glenn. It was Jackson and Wooden on the coverage, but Zach Thomas was right in the sight line.
Well,
Bledsoe.
Dick, they should be upset, the Miami Dolphins. They got the defense on. Zach Thomas reading the quarterback's eyes. A little behind him, it's tipped, but they had the perfect coverage to pick this pass off.
Okay.
2 people in the middle. Zach, read his eyes. Good job.
You know, he's upset at himself. He overran it.
He overran too much speed.
He got too much speed.
So Tom Tupa to punt. O.J. McDuffie back. This one off the side of his foot. Takes a big bounce. McDuffie at the 21. And out to the 34-yard line. The Patriots leading Miami in this wild card battle 7-0. Foxborough Stadium, where the Patriots on a 24-yard touchdown pass. Bledsoe to Troy Brown, lead at 7-0. Just under 6 minutes left in the opening half. Miami starts at its 33. Abdul-Jabbar caught in the backfield and wrestled down by Mike Jones.
Well, Pete Carroll said when they played the Miami Dolphins up here about 5 or 6 weeks ago that he learned the only way you could stop Dan Marino, you got to blitz him. You got to pressure the quarterback, make him throw the football before he wants to. Today, a lot of different ways to get to the quarterback.
And in the case of the last play, Pete Carroll's team getting to the running back as well. 3-yard loss. Ted Johnson, that middle linebacker, leading in tackles, but the 1 turnover, Chris Slade's interception leading to the score. Lamar Thomas with a catch along the sidelines and progress to the 35. Willie Clay made the stop. Big play, Willie Clay, and he's delivered again this year with 6 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown. This Patriot defense, 4 interception returns for touchdowns, 2 of them against Marino in that 3-point win 6 weeks ago.
Dick, everybody talks about New England's offense, Drew Bledsoe, Glenn, Martin, Coach, but what's really done it for this team, the defense, every week coming up with big plays and stopping the other team's offense.
3rd down and a long 6. And that ball floating, throwing into the wind. Marino had no chance under pressure trying to hit O.J. McDuffie. Chris Slade was in on Marino.
Dick, it's 3rd and 6. Again, watch New England trying to time up the blitz. Look at all the people coming. And what it does, it makes Dan Marino get rid of the ball fast, has to throw it short, can't pick up the first down.
And again, as Jimmy Johnson said, we can't keep them honest with run. If we could run a little better, they wouldn't gamble so much on those blitzes. Troy Brown, the touchdown maker, drifts back to return the punt. Meggett shaken up on his last try, and Kidd's punt dying into that win. Brown fair catch all the way out at the 33-yard line. A 30-yard punt by Kidd. We remind you that next Sunday, a world premiere movie.
There's a flaw in the system.
The entire air traffic control system goes down.
I'm shutting it down. I don't see it. Where is it?
Thousands of planes with minutes to get them down.
You were warned.
Eric Stoltz. Blackout Effect, NBC next Sunday.
Back at Foxborough, beautiful sunny day, cold, temperature in the mid-30s, chill down around 20 at the moment. But warmer for Patriot fans as they've seen New England take the 7-0 lead. First down at the 33 and the flag.
They're going to be moving on the offensive line, but you know, people really don't realize how important that catch was.
Still first down.
Of Troy Brown's on a punt return. He ran up and made a fair catch so the ball doesn't hit the ground and give Miami better punting position when they kick the ball down the field. And Troy Brown goes up, makes a fair catch, and really, that's heads-up football. People don't really understand a lot of times what these guys have to do.
And to run through all that traffic, maintaining your concentration, to the credit of Brown, number 80. First down 15 after the false start by Armstrong. Bledsoe to the sideline to Glenn, short yardage at the 35, his first catch. As you see, Ben Coates returning, right thumb injury.
Terrell Buckley is out on the outside. This is just a quick out. They lost 5 yards, so they pick up 7.
Second down and 8 for Drew Bledsoe. Glenn, who had a brilliant first season a year ago with 90 catches, a Patriot record. Bledsoe firing to Byers, but the wind just drifted that one away from the veteran Byers, who's been a significant part of this story and the game story of Monday night, because he broke the code. He has given the New England Patriots all the signs and signals.
Zach Thomas trying to put some pressure on the quarterback. Not today, they say. Max Lane, good job, goes down low, and that'll slow some rushers down, you know, the next time.
Well, I'll tell you, this guy, you got to go real low.
Third down and 8.
Hey, are you passing it off? Yeah.
Bledsoe firing incomplete. Sean Jefferson, the closest blue jersey, is Terrell Buckley in the area. And as we said earlier, Drew Bledsoe said, I'm most concerned about that Buckley. You just don't know how he's going to play the pass. He'll take some terrific gambles.
Well, he kind of gambled on the touchdown throw to Troy Brown, sitting on the first move by the receiver. But what makes Terrell Buckley dangerous as a corner, he always tries to look back and watch the quarterback so he can time his break on the throw.
Tupa scuffs another, and on the line, it's O.J. McDuffie. McDuffie to the 39-yard line. Well, owner Bob Kraft of the New England Patriots, and he's very proud, and well, he should be. In the 38-year history of this franchise, never has New England or Boston won 2 division titles successively until this year, repeating last year's AFC Eastern title when Bill Parcells was the head man here in New England, and Pete Carroll, despite some heavy criticism early, has kept his team headed in the right direction. They want to make the return to the Super Bowl. Parmalee and Pritchett, the P-backs behind Marino from the 39. 7-0 New England, 3:45 left in the half. Marino moves the blitz. Incomplete as he tries to hit Pritchett out of the backfield. It was McGinnis in on Marino. Check that, Slade in on Marino. McGinnis was closest on the pass reception.
Well, Dan Marino, one of his greatest strengths as a quarterback always doesn't run down the field, but able to move in the pocket. Good illustration that time. Steps up, gives himself that extra half second, but again, still not enough time to throw the ball and nobody open down the field.
Slade teeing off. He had 9 sacks on the season to lead the Pats. Look at the low yards per play both sides and contact before the snap. Appeared to be James Brown, the right tackle of Miami.
And you're absolutely right. It was Phil.
Ball start, number 76, 5 yards. It's still second down.
How discouraging. How discouraging. You'll see James Brown. He's up on the top side, and he's going to move. There's a back in motion, or O.J. McDuffie in motion. When you're a quarterback and you can't run the football, I'm telling you, what's Marino going through? He knows he cannot run the football.
Well, what it does to Dan Marino, it's always putting him in a situation where he has to make the play. And what I mean by that, Paul, he has to make tough throws because the receivers are not creating enough separation from the defenders down the field. So that makes it a lot tough on him.
2nd and 15. The little swing out to Parmalee, who gets very short yardage. Jimmy Hitchcock, the defender.
I think that's the biggest thing I've noticed in this Miami team is even when they do protect the quarterback and Dan Marino has all the time to throw the ball, you don't see the receivers get wide open down the field and catch it and run after the catch. That's the biggest thing that's really killing this offense.
Is that what he said to us yesterday, though, Dick? He says we don't have anybody making big plays. We have got to create some plays and make some plays. We don't have these people out here doing that.
Charles Jordan into the lineup as a 3rd wide receiver. He made some big plays in the win at Oakland in November.
Here they come. No, they're not.
3rd and 14. Marino sacked for the first time as Willie McGinnis made the play.
Well, that'll really upset you as a quarterback and as a coach of the Miami Dolphins. Willie McGinnis, number 55, from the outside, does it with speed.
And itchy trigger finger.
Yeah, that's right, itchy trigger. And this is the one thing you don't want to do. Only 3 rushers for the New England Patriots that time. Don't get beat inside. James Brown does that time. That causes the sack.
He almost stole the ball as well as Kidd to punt. Troy Brown at the 30 anticipating a short punt. Kidd firing the win. And he's right. Dying spiral. Just flops out at the 41-yard line. The Dolphins pick it up, hoping that perhaps it nicked a blue jersey. Bernie Parmalee. Not the case. So good field position for the Patriots.
Well, Paul, the ex-punter, you can tell the difference. The team that practices up here, Tom Tupa hits low line drives, getting good distance. And then for the other side, John Kidd really struggling kicking into the wind.
Well, he should know something because he kicked at Buffalo. And what you do when you're kicking into the wind, you hold the ball low and you hit it just off the ground. You don't try to get any air underneath the ball. And you're kicking with the wind, obviously, you hold the ball a little bit higher and let the wind do all the work.
32 yards for Kidd on that punt. New England leading 7-0. Starts from the 40. And Ben Coates back in the lineup for New England at tight end. Bledsoe throws complete for Glenn. And boy, Buckley was gambling on that one.
That was a great job. That was, Dick, you talked about it. That's what scares quarterbacks. Terrell Buckley watching Drew Bledsoe the whole time. Goes off his guy. Tries to make the interception. Almost gets there.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning. Here in Foxborough, where the Patriots lead 7-0. And we welcome you back to Foxborough Stadium. It's interesting as we talk about the frustration both sides and not being able to run the football, that the all-time record for a season rushing by a team is held by the Patriots in 1978. Sam Cunningham, Randall's older brother, and well, there was Horace Ivory and the quarterback Steve Grogan had a lot of rushing yards. Rushed for more than any team has in NFL history. 16 games. Bledsoe, pump fake, and has to eat it at the 43-yard line. The second sack for Miami. O.J. Brigance gets it. Brigance, who didn't have a sack the entire season.
Well, it's just a good job by O.J. Brigance on the outside, just keeps fighting. What causes this sack is just the fact there is nobody remotely open down the field. Drew Bledsoe, that's a good sack. Don't take a chance, throw it down there and create the turnover.
Exactly. He was going to throw the ball down the middle of the field, but the safeties were deep, and they just protected deep.
So third down and long for Bledsoe. Throws complete to Glenn. Glenn to the Dolphin 32-yard line. That's the biggest play of the game. 25 yards.
For the Miami Dolphins, New England, they do a good job of picking up blitzes and throwing the ball down the field. Zach Thomas blitzes, man coverage down the field. Colors stops him dead in his track, opens up the middle of the field for Terry Glenn. Here's Terry Glenn. He's going to come down and look down the middle of the field. Nobody there.
Yeah, to be more accurate, that's the longest play of the game, 25. The biggest play was the 24-yard pass for a touchdown.
Both coming on blitzes, both being picked up. Zach Thomas was the blitzer, and you know, that's the one thing I noticed when you watch these two team plays. Every time Miami takes a chance, New England is burned them most of the time.
And every time the New England blitzes, they get away with it. They get to Marino. He has nobody picking anybody up.
So I guess I understand why New England's won both games.
Yeah,
kind of explains it.
That kind of.
Glenn was held to only 27 catches with all his injuries. An ankle, he missed 3 games. He had it poked in the eye in Dallas, a left thumb, and then a hamstring that's bothered him for the past 2 months. Colors with flags down. And Colors flying inside the 20. Does it count? 14 if. False start or illegal procedure.
The illegal formation on the offense. Number 88 was covering up the tight end, 5 yards. Repeat, first down.
So that creates the formation and a 5-yard penalty.
Well, what you're saying is that Terry Glenn on the outside. Here's the tight end. You cannot cover up the tight end. Too many people on the line of scrimmage. Good call.
Glenn giveth and now taketh. With 1:08 remaining in this first half, and a very big opportunity for the Patriots. 7-0, trying to build on their lead.
What did you just say?
He's reciting poetry over there.
Take it.
Take it, give it, and take it.
Take it.
That should do something other than go to football games on Sunday.
That eliminates me.
First down and 15 for Bledsoe. The throw complete and an immediate hit as Troy Brown tackled by Sam Madison.
Well, the one thing is evident, this Miami Dolphin defense, it is fast and they will hit you.
Ball at the 30. Clock running. 51-50. That's a good protection. And not much there. Tackled for maybe a yard gain as Colors hit by Brigance. Time called 39 seconds remaining. 1 timeout left for New England. 2 for Miami. Look down in the first half in the 3 games against New England. Bledsoe busy with 21 throws. Big third down. Bledsoe hit as he throws incomplete. Very close to offside were the Dolphins, but no flag.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. There was excellent coverage downfield again. I mean, Bledsoe had no one to throw the ball to, even though they were all man up.
Look at all the blitzers. Pretty good timing, but really another good job. Drew Bledsoe's got to know there's not enough blockers to pick them all up, and I'd still like my chances throwing it down the field, Paul. Terry Glenn one-on-one with nobody in the middle of the field. You never know what can happen in those types of situations.
Throw her up.
Vinatieri missed from 48, wide left, just left. This is 47 yards. It is wide to the right and short. So Vinatieri battling the tricky breezes here at Foxborough, unable to connect, and he's missed 42 in the half. He missed only 4 all season.
All right, the ball is down. The laces are right. He looks like he just doesn't really get all of the ball. He swept through it instead of popping it.
Got some of that green dirt.
I love how they dyed the field to make it look green. Isn't it nice? It's all sand down there.
Makes you feel better, though. It looks better.
Well, you know, I think that was really emotionally a great job, or good for the Miami Dolphins. They get down 10-0. The way their offense is playing.
And they got 30 seconds and 2 timeouts, and they get field position at the 38 on the missed field goal. Marino, incomplete. Threw it behind O.J. McDuffie.
Now that throw there is Marino's fault. I mean, O.J. McDuffie was open. All he had to do was get the ball out in front of him. But it's easy for us to say Marino's been running for his life and dodging people. Here he is back in now. He just threw that quick pass and went behind O.J. McDuffie.
Well, he's got to throw it behind him because O.J. McDuffie is running right into the defender. So Dan Marino sees that. O.J. McDuffie's got to see it, slow down, let Dan Marino complete the pass.
Marino 6 for 16. As you can see, last 10 quarters, 1 touchdown for the Dolphins. Only 41 yards passing in this first half for Marino. Good protection this time. And just couldn't find a man open. Went to his safety valve, McPhail, in the flat. 3rd and 10.
Well, you get all that time. I mean, there is not a pass rusher anywhere, Dan Marino, and he throws a 1-yard pass down the field to a receiver that's covered. And the reason why, Ty Law, Jimmy Hitchcock, just taking away the outside receivers.
Been covered by Hitchcock.
The other guy that did a great job was Bruschi, the linebacker. He looked like he was going to fake a blitz. We saw the back came out, so he covered the back, the one that Marino threw the ball to.
Follow up on the number we gave you at the start of the game. Marino now 121 passes against New England this season. 1 touchdown. 3rd and 10. And to load the rush, and is down with a sack. 2nd for New England, and Chris Slade pounds Marino to the turf. Time called by New England with 16 seconds. No more timeouts left for the Patriots.
I'm going to tell you something. This is really embarrassing for this offensive line. You've got to have some pride in your offensive line. You just take a look at the blocking here. Now, I know Slade 53 and McGinnis and these guys. Now, McGinnis is in front. Slade comes from behind, 53, and they hammer Marino. Dan Marino has no time.
I'm going to throw out a crazy idea here. Into the wind, why not gamble? Bring up your punt returner very close, hoping the kid hits a high short one. Call a fair catch. Then you've got a free kick. You can tee it up and kick for a possible field goal with the wind at your back.
Well, Brown is only 40 yards downfield now with the opportunity to come up, so I think they're going to do that, Dick.
Dick, you don't see it often.
It's an old rule, and see, it didn't come up close enough. So the ball dies at the 42. Had he been there, 42, who knows? That's a line. You can take the longest run you want. It's a kickoff.
At least he would have had a chance to have a good return if he was up close. And John Kidd hadn't got one good punt off yet going into the wind. So the return man should be up there.
26 yards that time.
Good point, Dick. If he went up instead of 40 yards to the 30-yard marker, it'd have made it a 25-yard kick.
You consider they kick from the 30 and most of them get to the end zone. That would have been about the 42. Might have had a shot. Oh, 7-0 the score, and these two teams will battle through that second half for the right to move on, just as they were so closely contested the previous 2 games, both won by the Patriots by 3 points here and by 2 on Monday night in Miami.
Well, when Dick leaves the booth, he'll be a special teams coach for someone.
It'll be special, all right.
But I like this. Drew Bledsoe, 5 seconds to go in the half. They're going to take a chance, throw it down the field, maybe get pass interference. Well, no, they're going to throw the screen.
That's the Derek Colors, and that's the final play of this first half. The difference, 1 turnover. The interception by Chris Slade, tipped by Larry Wiggum, and the 24-yard touchdown Bledsoe to Troy Brown. 7-0 New England at the intermission. We'll send you to Greg Gumbel in our NFL on NBC halftime studios in New York. But first, a message from the NFL and a word from your local station. Curtis Martin not suited up with a groin injury. Curry Glenn playing finally and made some contribution. Adam Vinatieri has it teed up and will kick it off to Miami. Juris McPhail and Corey Harris are deep for the Dolphins. 7-0. A half to go. Down it comes to Harris. Breaks one tackle and maneuvers to the 33-yard line. That's where Marino will start. And Dan Marino, here are his statistics in the first half compared to his counterpart Bledsoe. Marino only 2 for the last 9 and a total of 6 yards. His longest completion 13. Bledsoe better statistics and of course has the touchdown pass 24 yards to Troy Brown. Bledsoe will wait his turn as Marino sets up camp at the 33. Check that Bernie Parmalee, not Abdul-Jabbar, as he rushed for only 59 yards all season. But Jimmy Johnson wanted to use Parmalee because he is an excellent receiver, solid runner, and most importantly is adept at picking up the blitz.
Knows which guy to look for if there is a blitz and able to get in position, tough enough and strong enough to stop that blitzer too.
5 yards on first down for Parmalee. Played at Ball State. Who did not have an interception all season, picks one off for a score. 40 yards on the catch and run by Collins as Marino victimized, much as he was here in November when both Wiggum and Hitchcock returned interceptions for touchdowns for the Patriots. Vinatieri's try for point. Patriots strike. 2 interceptions for New England. 2 touchdowns result. This one immediate as Collins, who played at Carson Newman in the flat. Nothing but clear sailing as he lumbers for a New England touchdown. Pete Carroll's Pats open a 14-0 advantage.
Good morning. I'd like to cash in my miles for 1 ticket to Paris, France.
I'm sorry, sir. Your miles have expired.
I've been charging on my Visa card for years to earn this trip, and now I'm gonna have to pay for the ticket. It happens. Paris.
Visa says you're over your limit.
Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. Paris, if I told you what I've been through. I need a doctor. Je suis un espion. Espion? Espion! Espion! But Visa, can you at least help me find the doctor? How about a lawyer?
Visa says they're everywhere, but American Express helps you with just about everything. So you can always do more.
I do not get French fashion.
During Oldsmobile's year-end bonus buys, for just $2.99 a month, lease the all-new Intrigue, a sophisticated twist on a sports sedan. See your local Oldsmobile dealer today.
And we welcome you back to Foxborough, where this crowd of 60,000 has cheered Todd Collins' first interception for a touchdown in his 5-year career. It's 14-0. Vinatieri Sends it into the end zone, and the Dolphins will take the touchback at the 20.
Dan Marino changing the play. It's an audible. He's doing it. Look at Todd Collins. He's saying, look for the slant on the outside. Now he is covering another receiver. As he go out, he takes a good angle and gets right in the path of the slant pattern and makes the interception. Watch Todd Collins. He's coming out here to cover a receiver.
It looks like he's going to cover Parmalee, the back coming out. Parmalee comes out, but he blocks, and he doesn't have anybody.
Big play. On the 20-yard line now, the pressure really falls on Marino. Down by 2 scores. Play action, and he is hit at the 12 by Ted Johnson. The 3rd sack, and the Patriots eating up the Miami offense.
Ted Johnson just blitzes and goes up over top of the blocker who's trying to block him. Watch number 52, Ted Johnson. He goes up and around Parmalee. They didn't even slow him down. You've got 2 backs back there, and neither one of them, Pritchett nor Parmalee, picked him up.
Well, you got young offensive backs, and that's probably the toughest thing for them to learn to do. Pick up blitzers, get in position when those linebackers are blitzing.
Hard to believe that Johnson, 240-pounder, what he really likes to do is read romantic novels. He gets inspired by those, reads to his teammates, and then he gets on the football field and plays out the action scenes. 14-0. Todd Collins' interception gives the Patriots a 2-touchdown lead.
Of all the ways to celebrate the end of the year, add Oldsmobile to the list, like Cutlass and 88, part of Oldsmobile's year-end bonus buys. Save $1,500 on Oldsmobile 88, Consumer Digest Best Buy 8 years in a row. Or slip into the stylish leather-trimmed interior of the V6 Cutlass at a sleek 2.9% financing. So right now is the best time to make a resolution you'll enjoy sticking with. Get a new Oldsmobile today.
It's the way the sun helps things grow in their own time. It's the way bread begins as an ocean of wheat before rising in the oven. The way onions can make you cry, even when you're laughing. And it's the way we make over 1 million people their favorite sandwich every day, which, in case you're keeping track, is more sandwiches than the entire population of North Dakota. Subway. It's the way a sandwich should be.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Oldsmobile and your local Oldsmobile retailer. By IBM, solutions for a small planet. By Miller Lite, now official beer sponsor of the NFL. And by American Express, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, American Express helps you do more.
Back in Foxborough as the frustrations continue for Miami's offense. Last 32 drives going to the end of the Detroit game. Only 1 touchdown and 3 field goals in 32 drives. And Marino now with his first interception return for a touchdown in the playoffs. He's touchdown against New England in 3 games, and he's thrown 3 touchdowns on interceptions to the Patriots. Never one covered. Now he throws and has the completion out to the 17, still with a 3rd and long yardage. Well, Marino in the first game here 6 weeks ago threw 2 touchdowns to the Patriots. Wingham went 60 yards with this one. And And just a minute or so later, Jimmy Hitchcock from the goal line would take it back 100 yards. 2 of those touchdowns leading to the Patriots' narrow 27-24 win.
Well, Dick, just like we saw earlier, the interception by Collins and run back for a touchdown. Jimmy Johnson has said a lot of those interceptions for touchdowns have come on audible plays where the defense knows what they're going to do.
3rd down, and the pass is there at the 41 to Lamar Thomas in front of Ty Law. Enough for the first down. They needed 12, got 13.
Well, one of the few times today, Dan Marino has time, and the receiver, Lamar Thomas, on the outside, gives the quarterback, Marino, a little space to throw the football. That's a really good throw, low and outside when you're throwing that type of route.
And a good move by Thomas to take Ty Law off his feet. Thomas emerging this year, 28 catches. Only the 6th Miami first down of the game. Eluding pressure in his own backfield is Bernie Parmalee to get a couple. Actually, they're going to spot him out closer to the 35, where it'll be 2nd down and 6.
Dick, this graphic about possessions is absolutely scary. When you take a look at the last 4 possessions of the Dolphins, 2 of them are -6. And then you've got +9. The other 2, 4 and 5. You're -3.
With 4 chances and down a touchdown. Smothered by Ted Johnson. Johnson said his favorite authors are Sam